We're in the last week.
The last week before closing.
Yeah. So what are we looking for now?
So that's when there's a lot of moving parts because underwriting is the closing disclosure.
Right.
You're going to get a document from your lender that has to be signed and then
3 days prior.
3 days prior to closing.
Right.
And if you don't sign that timely, that's going to delay closing.
Yeah.
So really at the very end, that last week before closing, really be keeping track of your emails, text messages, phone calls. You make sure that you are staying on top of things.
Ooh, how do we do stuff like that?
What do you mean?
Okay, so here's how one of the things that we do. If we email you, you have some time to look at it. It's okay. It's not urgent. If we text you, it's a little more urgent. We need you to kind of look at it, within the next few hours. If we call you, pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone. We need to talk to you.
We need to talk to you. We're not going to bombard you with phone calls. But it's at the same time, we ask for the same thing as well, too. If it's not that urgent, send an email. More urgent, text. If it's really important, something's going on, call us. And if we don't answer, well, there's two of us. But if we don't answer, we're probably with a client, and that's, we're going to give that client our attention at that moment the same way we do for you when we're with you at an inspection or wherever or showing and stuff like that. But if you call both of us and one of us, hasn't answered at this point, which never happens, but then we know it's important because we're talking to each other a lot.
Yeah.
So we do know and we do pick up and we are there.
Yeah.
That's something that's very important to us.
So that last week, be on the lookout for stuff from your lender.
Right.
Be on the lookout for the stuff from the title company.
From us.
Yeah, from us.
Right.
We will schedule a final walkthrough.
Yes. We're going to go check to see the repairs are done, check on the receipts, whether they've come in. And we like to do that final walkthrough like right before closing because we just never know. What if something happens?
Yeah, what if a pipe bursts the day of closing?
We walked into a house, AC was not working.
Yeah, the AC was not working.
So we had to delay.
We had to delay closing so that the AC could be repaired. Because once you've closed and possession is transferred to you,
it's your problem.
It's your problem.
Right.
So it's always better to do it the day before, the day of
and we
closing.
and if there's some repairs that we really need to address earlier, we have been known to do a walkthrough 3 days before just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
And then do it again the day of closing.
Right.
Just to make sure that nothing else has happened.
Right.
We check on houses as well too. Again, we're representing you. Hurricane comes through. We're checking with those listing agents to make sure that there's no damage. We've been known to drive by and just go, you know what, we're going to go take a look at the house and make sure.
Yeah, just make sure
everything is okay.
Yeah.
And then
you need to either wire your money to the title company
the day before,
or get a cashier's check.
Right. Don't do it at closing.
Yeah, don't.
How many times have we sat there and watched our people say, okay, we're going to wire it now? And we're like, we asked you to wire it yesterday.
Yeah.
We asked you to bring your checkbook or asked you to bring your wiring instructions.
Yeah.
How many times have we sat there and we watch people on their phones going, let me get this for you now? And we're going,
yeah.
It was in all our notes to please have this ahead of time. And that's why we're doing videos.
That's why we're doing videos. Yeah.
To make sure that we can say it over. Oh, we're going to send you a video on this.
Yeah. And then when does transfer of possession happen?
Upon funding.
Upon funding. Not upon you signing the paperwork.
Right.
The funds have to hit the account and then the keys transfer to you. A lot of our lenders, they do what's called table funding, so the funds are already there.
Right.
But some
do
not. They have to wait until they get all the documents and then they authorize funding. So depending on where you are in line that day, because there's lots of wire transfers going on in this country.
Right.
So it may take a couple of hours. So just be prepared for that.
Don't come to closing with your child in a bathing suit ready to go jump in the pool. That has happened.
That has happened.
We felt so bad because she's sitting there ready
She was so excited
for her new pool. And then they're like, okay, we've signed everything. And she's like, so now?
But that lender did table fund.
But it happened within about 45 minutes, so it didn't take long.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all.
But it was just so cute to watch her there, just literally ready to go.
Oh, and the reason why it didn't happen right away is because the seller hadn't signed yet.
Correct.
That's right, because the buyer signed first that day.
Yeah, we do try to get the sellers to sign first.
Yeah,
so
but it doesn't always work that way.
Yeah, depending on timing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we bring keys to closing, and then there you go.
And
a closing gift.
And
okay, we show up at closing gift. But that's it. Depending on the situation, what is for you at that moment. We try to do something nice for, make it special.
Yeah.